Hey everybody, Adam from Roll Your Own Off-Road. Today I'm just going to spend a few minutes and show you the assembly of our Dodge rear bumper. I'm pretty happy with this one. This one, I really like the angles and the lines of this one. It really looks sharp on the truck, and I'm going to show you some pictures of that physically mounted throughout the video. But I'm going to take you step by step, as I've done the other videos, of how this thing assembles. And as you know by now, that tab and slot really helps us hold everything accurate. Again, we can bench build these bumpers. Unlike our competitors, you actually have to use the truck to build the bumper, and I think that's really a time-consuming and less accurate way to go. So we designed and engineered these tab and slots, so everything just kind of, think of it almost like a 3D puzzle. Everything just kind of will lock into place. It locates, if you just follow these few steps I'm going to show you in the video, you'll be able to snap this bumper together in not that long at all. Before we jump into that, I wanted to just be able to explain kind of the softwares and stuff I'm using if you're unfamiliar with it. What I'm going to be using up here is SolidWorks. If you didn't know, it's like a 3D design software. And then there'll also be some pictures and snapshots throughout this video that will help in the assembly as we move forward. Okay, so here the bumper looks a little different. I got some hidden parts, just kind of showing you the first couple steps. So this is an exploded view, and what I would recommend doing on this is, as you can kind of see here, that this gusset, or I'm sorry, the main locating piece, this guy and this guy, actually are going to be below this plate, the main plate, which is item 10. And what I would recommend doing is take just a couple 2x4s, 4x4s, whatever you have laying around in the shop, the garage, whatever. Just kind of pick this thing up off of that. So we want to make sure that your items 11 and 12, which is this guy and that guy, are down securely. So just a little tip right there. So this is obviously pretty simple. What we're going to do is, this one is already obviously down and assembled. I'm just going to show you this real slow animated while these things are kind of moving into place. So these pieces are just exploded, as I mentioned before. We're going to go ahead and take item 14 and insert it into item 11. That's back to your bill of material, or your exploded view that is provided for you. And then those two pieces will come right down here and snap into their own tab and slots. Excuse me. Let me go ahead and just show you that real quick, and just a real quick animation. All right, let's do that. So we're going to insert that guy. Now that one dropped first, but you get the point. Ultimately, that's how they're going to be. Then what I would do is I would go ahead and tack this up, securely, so we can when we're working on this thing, we're not popping any tacks or breaking any tacks or anything like that. So that's basically the internal guts. I'm gonna jump to the next step here. Okay, so here we have our step 2. So we have our insides done. We're gonna take our license plate holder. That'll be then in this next step, and then also this front main, basically the whole front main skin is what's going to be on next. And as you can see, that we do have the tab and slots again that are again very accurate. These guys are going to pop into place. That one will come into place, and as you can see, they just fall right down into place as the physical pieces will for you. And what we're looking for here is we want a little corner to corner, so we can go ahead and fill that in. And as you can see, the corner to corner here for when you're finished welding. Okay, better zoom out here a little bit. Okay, so this one has a few more pieces going on. Nothing too crazy by any means. And the tab and slot, that'll kind of tell you if you got something in the wrong spot, so it won't fit. Which is another really nice feature for these bumpers and how we engineered these. So what I would do first at this step is I would take your item 7. You'll get 2 of them, and I would drop them down into the two tabs. Those will lock in just fine. I'd get those just tacked into place, and then I would go with your items 6 and 5 and 6, these two guys. And the reason I'm doing those next is, again, when we're having this big radius on a formed part, sometimes it's nice just to get a real nice line, and this being accurately cut out of our sheet laser, we know that this angle and this radius is where we want it to be. So it'll just kind of help guide it if we're a little bit open, or we want to tweak it just a little bit on the fly with these pieces with the items 5 and 6. That'll allow us and kind of show us where we want it to be. Before I animate this, I just wanted to share one more thing. These little pieces down here, you're going to see once this thing is not exploded here in just a few seconds. I'm going to show you these two pieces and how they just kind of go corner to corner up inside these pieces. But I'm just going to let this kind of animate so you can kind of see what we're working with. Oh, and they went backwards on me. Anyways, you get the point, and this is kind of what I was meaning is when this piece, my item 7 is in place, I can then just make sure that this piece is, maybe it opened up a little bit in shipping or something like that is all kind of I was referring to. But again, you have your one tab down here, and then you have a bigger open slot here that it's going to fit over the top of. So once your item 7s, your top plates here are tacked in, I would get these guys in, and those can just get a few small tacks, excuse me. And then what I would do with these bottom pieces, which is again the same part number, those are your item 8, and those are just going to kind of drop in here as well. You're going to have a nice corner to corner fillet, or a nice corner to corner groove to be able to put your fillets in. And then that grinds really nice and smooth. And obviously, it gives you the nice strength that we're looking for also. And here we got step 4, and I kind of exploded everything else. The few pieces for this bumper. We have our tube pockets that are tube lasered in house, and then we also have our doubler plates that'll help for pulling, towing, etc. So again, I'm just going to animate this and how these are going to get located. There is a left and a right on these tubes, and there's really no place for this thing to go because of this big radius. Pretty much locates this thing. The only thing that I would recommend is once I show this to you, what I would recommend on that is just to make sure that you're centered to your liking, which would be basically the bottom of the footwell, which would be here to the bottom of these little teeth. That's about where that's supposed to be. And then your left to right there's only one place it can be that way. So it's kind of a neat design that way. As you could see when I was talking about the footwells, you've seen the doubler plates move into place, and with those, as I've showed and mentioned in the other videos, that I would just get a 1-inch shackle, a 1-inch piece of steel, whatever you have laying around, and fit that in there, put a couple vice grip clamps on it. Then you can just go ahead and fill this in, all the way around, and be able to grind that nice and smooth and flush, and give you a sturdy, sharp-looking bumper. Again, I hope this helps, and thanks for choosing RYO, and have a great day.